you guys, it is Zoe with Chestnut Hills Farmstead, and as you can see, I'm all bundled up because it is cold and it is getting colder. I know for some of you guys 45 degrees is not all that cold, but for us here in Alabama, whoo, it's chilly. What started as an ordinary day on the farm has turned into an opportunity to do something that we've been wanting and trying to do several times now, and we were finally able to accomplish it. What we were able to accomplish was we got all of our piggies caught up into a catch pen. We have been trying to do that, figuring out a way, talking through plans, just wanting it to happen organically, I guess. I don't know what we were thinking, but it arose, we took advantage of it, and we have all the pigs in the pen. But right now, I am walking around our cut road that we have through our property, and I'm trying to find Nick because I hear him on the tractor, and we are trying to make a space to move the goats to. So you guys can come go with me while I try to find him, and let's see what he's got in mind. What are you doing?
Making a road.
Making a road for what? Thank you. What are you making a road for?
Pig fence.
Pig fence. I was telling him it was for goats.
There's a pig fence.
Okay.
Goats gonna be on top side.
Okay. So what you're doing is you're trying to make us a road to run them some fencing through.
Yeah.
So we can get them moved over
We'll
here.
run a single strand through here.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay. You don't look like you're gonna have a lot of big trees to have to deal with. Oh, good.
I'm gonna go around them.
Oh, well, I guess that's the
beauty of single strand.
That's right.
We'll go around them.
I was
Take a
telling
few
them.
more posts, but it's okay.
I was telling them about the opportunity arose and we took it.
For
Catching pigs.
we did.
And we have all our pigs caught.
We did.
High five.
We're all muddy.
We are filthy, and I have it on my neck.
You do.
So what I wanted to show you guys is this is what it looks like before we've let our pigs in. And right here where you see this little bit of a stump, let me see, right here, it's gonna cut back. That's where Nick was just working on a road for us. And this is what it looks like before we move the pigs in. So this is what it looked like over here where the pigs are now before we put the pigs there. So this is our tractor road. This runs back up to the barn. You go that way, it takes you along the back side of the property. But this is what it looks like when you let pigs get in here and get a hold of things. This is where the pigs have come in and they've rooted around and done a lot of clearing for us. So we've got some logs, but that's about it. There's not a whole lot left for the pigs to do. So they're gonna go from here to this. And they're gonna make this look like this.
If you were with me on the live when I mentioned that I was about to do some work clearing out a fence line to move our pigs. Well, I had a camera issue and none of the actual work got recorded. I'm just going to show you the results of what happened. Here is the line that we made, just me and the little 38 horse tractor. Cut through the woods to clear it out so I can run the new one strand for the pigs. And you can see from all these vines and things like that, that's what created the camera issue. It kept snatching it off the tractor. So you didn't actually get a video of the work being done. I'm just going to walk you through and show you where our new line will be. And then we'll walk over and I'll show you where they've been. It'll come up through here. And it'll go down to the fire break that we had the stake cut in. I'm down on the fire break and that's where the line will run up to the pasture. And then here's the original fire break that we had the stake come in and do. And we are just off the corner of where the pigs are now. Here's the corner of their existing fence. You can see we do have 2 strands up. We lowered one just having the piglets in there to try to slow them down a little bit. We don't really care if they get out. They always went back to mama anyway. But we just wanted to slow it down a little bit, start introducing them. But you see how much more open that is than that side. So that's one really good reason to raise your pigs in the woods. But you can see, of course we feed them, but you can see where they've been rooting around, getting the stuff they would naturally eat. I doubt if you can find too many acorns left up through there. Guys, here is a good example of your why. Not only do they clean up the areas that you want to put them in, this was basically thick and unusable from a farm standpoint. I mean, yeah, you can deer hunt it, but they have cleared this for us. And I'll show you on down the fence line. They have done an amazing job at just clearing some of this unusable land for us and just doing what they naturally do. Look at all this stuff. They've been digging up old stumps. They have really done a number clearing this area. Now we're going to fence in behind it and let the goats finish up what the pigs didn't do. I've told you on the live the other day that the pigs do as good a job or better than the goats do. But now it's time to get the other stuff that the pigs don't get. The pigs clearing is from rooting. Now we can let the goats come in and finish off the brush, which they prefer. This is coming down the hill from the place you usually see us feeding the pigs. See some more rooting. Here's another corner. And we've got a gap right there. And you can see the plastic posts that we run all the way around this area. There's my old big boy. Can't you tell he was the run of the litter? Wasn't you, big man? You was the run of the litter, wasn't you, big man? That's Henry. And then Gertrude will be the next one to farrow, probably around February. And these are two of my mamas that farrowed, Peggy and Ellie. And then y'all have seen Penelope up in her resting area. The piglets were really dragging her weight down, so we had to get them off of her. This is one of those areas that was really thick. And you can see how they've opened it up under there. Just rooting around and taking things up. So now we'll let the goats clean that up. So I've shown you the how. And your question is going to be, so you're telling me for an investment in some plastic posts and a roll or two of polywire that I can raise pigs on my farm? Yes, 100%. Prior to farrowing, we had one strand. We added the second one after the babies got a little bigger to help hold them in there. But we have about 4 acres fenced in for them. We walked around a little bit of it, and you've seen it in other videos. But I've used probably 50, and that's based on terrain. You've seen that it's up and down, so I have to add extra posts to help keep the wire tight and to make terrain changes. But you could probably do it with half that if you had them on a flat area. I've used, when I had them in the garden on a single strand, I was probably doing maybe an acre or so, and I could typically do it putting a T-post on each corner and 8 posts, 8 plastic posts. So if that gives you some idea. Polywire is, I don't know, $40 a roll. So the investment for fencing for the pigs is relatively minimal once you train them to the wire. Now we do need to talk about how to do that. So I have a pen that has 8 pig panels. And initially the pen you just saw the babies in, that was my pen for training. I only had 6 pigs in it. So I set that up, ran a single strand of polywire around it, put a charger on it. 2-3 weeks later, moved them onto the garden with 1 strand and never had another issue. Once they touch that wire, they have decided they're not coming across. Even when I turn the charger off and drop the wire trying to get them out, they won't cross it. Now, Penelope was a different issue, and I think it was because she was being nursed so hard. She was just trying to escape all those babies, so she started escaping the wire. Right now, she's in the pen where we're going to raise the babies out, and she's kind of being retrained. I've got 1 strand run inside that pen, and she's doing fine. She's not attempting to root out. She's not doing anything. She's just kind of hanging out and recuperating, and we'll move her back with the other pigs and put the babies up there. Okay, so I've started raising pigs. I've got 3 or 4 acres fenced in for them. They have farrowed and had babies. There's baby pigs running everywhere like ants. Nick, how in the world am I going to catch the babies? Let's take a look.
Yeah. All right.
I'll put them in the pen.
right there. Grab 2 back feet while they ain't looking. Grab 2 back feet. Go. Hard, hard, hard. Bring back. Bring back.
Chance, you gotta hold on to them.
Gotta do it.
You gotta hold on to them. You can't let go of them.
That hit a massage. It did.
2 feet hard. 2 feet hard. 2 feet hard. Hard, hard. Go back there and you run them this way. Hold on too tight. Come on. Walk backwards. Walk backwards. Walk backwards. Walk backwards. Don't let go.
I got a massage.
No, Brett wants to help. This one right here is going to be stout.
Grab the front. Grab the front. This is the go. Easy, easy. Oh. Easy. Grab the front mat. Please go.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Matt, get over here. Help him.
Can we open that gap and steer them in there?
Got it? That's a big one.
Both.
That's our big red.
Hang on. Yes, it is, buddy.
We're doing good though, y'all.
I'm dreading that sucker right there.
Which one?
That black and white one. Thank Mama for putting this one in the buoy. You can wash it.
Comes out. Hold it. 2 hands.
No, neither one.
Oh God. That's a big old girl.
Hey, Matt.
Can I get the wrong one?
No, you got the
No.
right
No,
one.
you
We
got
need
the
to try. Big girl right there.
Almost. I thought
Easy.
Wait, that's my third one. Like 10 seconds.
That's a big girl.
Huh? Got it.
I'm coming.
Nick, big one.
2 hands. We need 4.
I got it.
Chance got it for us.
Well, why is Chance not still got a hold of it?
Like that.
Get that in.
Where's Brent?
I see you out there.
He's just staring at us. We got one thing accomplished.
Woo, this is a big thing to accomplish. Woo. One left.
Okay. Yeah, get front.
Stay quiet, pig.
Whew. We got all the pigs caught up. We had no intentions of catching pigs today, but we did.
We saw an opportunity.
Look.
Yeah, you got it on over.
Ew. Whew. We saw an opportunity, so we took it. And we got a bunch of little babies all hemmed up.
The secret for us, strictly by accident, was corn. I don't care how much you put out, how often. They loved that treat so much that all we had to do was put it out there, let them come to it, and take our time and catch them. Now, don't think, man, that looks kind of brutal. You're grabbing them up by their legs. That is exactly how you handle a piglet. You can grab them by the back legs and just kind of steer them around like a wheelbarrow. Or if you've got to lift them up, of course, you just pick them up and put them where you need to. And if you watched Mackenzie and I putting them in the pen, we set them down very gently. You don't just throw them in. And I wouldn't say that you have to, but it was my choice to lay them down on their back or their side and let them get up on their own instead of taking a risk of injuring a leg or something like that. Yeah, those pigs, most of them will be feeders, but there's no reason to mistreat them or risk injury. So it is what it is. That's how we handled them. Guys, I always hope you enjoy our content, but I especially hope that you enjoy seeing the pigs and what we're doing here with them, how we're raising them, and just getting to see them. That's by far my favorite animal on the farm. To me, that's the easiest to raise, the easiest to care for, the easiest to build infrastructure for. We are adding a bulk feeder in for the pigs that will be feeding out. For our breeding girls, we want to limit their feed because you don't want them getting overweight, because then they have problems not only being bred, but they have problems farrowing. So we feed them about 5 or 6 pounds per pig per day. And when they're nursing, we up that to 12 to 15 pounds per day, just because those babies can drag them down. Only having 8, we felt like Penelope was doing okay. But if you have multiple mothers in there, they're not just feeding their own pigs. Every pig is just getting where they can. So we had so many trying to feed off Penelope that's why we separated her to let her recover. And we may do the same thing with Peggy, even though she's already appearing to recover since we've gotten the babies out of there. But we'll keep you updated on that. We just want our mamas to be healthy. I've got to pull the boys out. It may be time to let Babe find a new home. He's as gentle as he can be. He's a big, pretty boar, but it's just to the point where I don't have enough girls to have to keep 2 boars. And Henry is obviously doing a great job at that. So Babe may find a new farm, but the fact that he is an intact boar, he will be going to a farm to do that job for somebody else. Now you can see for all these babies, this pen is strictly for holding, just for a couple of days. Tomorrow, we'll be pulling this gap, loading them into the trailer, and moving them to the pen where we will hold them, train them, the ones we're keeping, to the electric poly wire, and then the rest will go on to their homes as feeder pigs. Explain why we do this, how we do it, and maybe somebody will learn something that we've learned the hard way.
Yeah.
But for somebody that wants to raise pigs, putting them in the woods is a good way to do it. They're very hardy animals, or the ones we raise are very hardy animals. So if you're gonna raise pigs, you might as well put them on property that otherwise not as usable, and let them improve it.
Subscribe for more pig videos. Thanks for watching Chestnut Hills Farmstead. Bye!